It started in Germany in the early 1960s, exclusively as an environmental movement, and were real pioneers among political parties with an emphasis on the environment. Now the Greens have expanded into many other areas. The Knoxville Green Party started in 1999.
Well, I should say that first and foremost, the Green Party is a political party. It's more a political party than an activist group. And so the main thing that a political party does, its main purpose, is to try to put people into office. Something else we do normally is creek cleanups. I guess we have adopted Second Creek, which goes through the World's Fair Park, well, underground. Once it comes out of the World's Fair Park and heads to the Tennessee River, down that section, kind of near the stadium, that's our section.
More awareness of environmental issues. Obviously, for the first many years I was here, Knoxville had no recycling program of any kind at all. The air was a lot dirtier than it is now, even though we still have air quality issues, mostly based on the geography. You know, Knoxville is in a bowl, basically, with the Cumberland Mountains to our west and the Appalachian Smokies to the east. So a good part of our environment. But things have changed because back in the 50s, when almost all Knoxville homes and businesses burned coal, essentially from November through March or April, you never saw the sun. If you can imagine that. It was just absolutely coal dust everywhere. So things have improved a lot. Now the last couple of years, both the state Green Party, and the local Green parties, we are concentrating almost entirely on suing the State of Tennessee Election Commission concerning ballot access. We won a suit saying that it's unconstitutional, how difficult it is for minor parties to get on the ballot, but the legislature has done nothing about it, and so now we're back in court to force the legislature to make it easier for minor parties to get on the ballot. And that's the main thing we're working on, because it's very, very difficult to build a party if you can't get ballot access and get candidates with G's behind their name as opposed to I.
The candidate that's not going to win, there's 2 points. A is to try to build the party, even just a little bit at a time, incrementally, you know, to keep our foot in the game. What's that phrase? To keep our whatever it is, yeah. to stay in the game. And 2 is to win, and 3 is to influence the conversation. So you might run for an office knowing you're not going to win, but you want to get certain issues out there and force the other candidates to talk about them. Mm-hmm. And so that's kind of how I anticipate that the Democrats are actually progressive. So I'm involved in a smaller party, and the more people we get that can get on that train, it'll either force the Democrats to change, or it'll kill them, and another party will rise that truly represents progressive values.
The main thing is just making people more aware of not only environmental issues, but the Green Party's point of view is that grassroots democracy, where politics are local and really our day-to-day lives are more affected by what happens in local elections. That's why we're so frustrated, as everybody is, the horrible turnout for local elections. And that's not just here, it's all across the country. People just don't seem to realize that local politics is important in their day-to-day lives. So we're trying to change that. Well, we meet the second Monday of each month at 7 o'clock on the second floor of Barley's in the Old City. And the membership requirements are as non-stringent as can be imagined. If a person comes to 2 meetings and want to be considered a member, they are.